Lesson 7. Past tense. So far, we have been recognizing common words and pronouns that repeat again and again in the Quran. In this lesson, we take an important step forward. We begin recognizing past tense verbs. Past tense appears constantly in the Quran, especially in stories and conversations. When you hear or see these verbs, you immediately know this already happened. In this lesson, you will recognize a small set of very common past tense verbs, covering about 5% of Quranic words. These are the 5 action words for this lesson.
قال kana, جعل, khalaqa, رأى.
All of these verbs are shown in the basic Arabic verb form: masculine, singular, past tense. This is the form you will see most often in the Quran, and it is the form we use as the reference point. Each of these verbs comes from a 3-letter root, like the roots you see listed on the left. Most of the time, the verb looks very close to its root. You can usually see the same letters in the same order. There is one thing to be aware of. Some roots contain weak letters, waw or ya. When that happens, the verb may look slightly different. Do not worry about that right now. For now, focus on recognizing the whole word and connecting it directly to its meaning. Recognize the action and recognize that it is talking about something that already happened. In the next slides, you will see these same verbs inside Quranic verses and begin recognizing them naturally during listening and reading. If you would like a moment to look these over, click pause now and continue when you are ready. Now listen to this word,
فجعلناه,
which contains the verb you just heard. Just like you learned earlier, this word is built from a base, with small letters added to it. You have already seen this with attached pronouns, where meaning appears at the end of a word. Verbs work the same way. For past tense, the meaning is mostly shown at the end of the verb. For present and future tense, the meaning appears at the start of the verb. In this lesson, we focus on endings. Beginnings come next. No rules to memorize. Just notice where the extra letters appear. Verbs by person. Before we look at verbs, one quick orientation. Every verb tells you who did the action. Third person, he or they. Second person, you. First person, I or we. That is all we are doing here, just recognizing who the verb is talking about. In this lesson, we focus only on the male forms, not because others are unimportant, but because these forms occur most often. Once you recognize these, the other forms become much easier later. For now, focus on recognition, not details. Now let us focus on the third person first. That is, he and they. We will start with one word that you just learned. The word is
قال.
It means, he said. Notice something important. For third-person singular, the verb does not change. There is no extra ending added. Only the vowel you already see. Now, when an ending is added, the meaning becomes more specific. When we add wa and alif, it becomes qalu, which means they said. The base verb stays the same. The ending tells you who the action is talking to. You do not need to memorize rules. Just notice the ending and recognize the person. As you listen, just notice the verb and its ending. Pause if you need to.
وقال موسى يا فرعون إني رسول من رب العالمين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.
Now let us focus on the second person. That is, you. We will start with one word that you just learned. The word is
رأى.
It means he saw. When we speak to you, the meaning changes through the ending. When we add ta, it becomes ra'ayta, which means you saw. When the ending changes to tum, it becomes ra'aytum, which means you all saw. The base verb stays the same. The ending tells you who the action is talking to. You do not need to memorize rules. Just notice the ending and recognize the person. As you listen, just notice the verb and its ending. Pause if you need to.
أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين قال أفرأيتم ما كنتم تعبدون
Now let us focus on the first person. That is, I and we. We will start with one word that you just learned. The word is
خلق.
It means he created. When the speaker is I, the meaning changes through the ending. When we add to, it becomes khalaqtu, which means I created. When the ending changes to na, it becomes khalaqna, which means we created. The base verb stays the same. The ending tells you who the action is talking to. As you listen, just notice the verb and its ending. Pause if you need to.
وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم.
For your ease, this slide shows all 6 past tense endings together. Third person, second person, and first person. In past tense, the person is shown at the end of the verb. This is a single reference view. You can come back to it whenever needed. For now, just take in the picture. If you would like a moment to look these over, click pause now and continue when you are ready. Before we continue, there is one important thing to notice. Some common Arabic verbs come from roots that include weak letters, like wa or ya. When these letters appear in verbs, they may change or be dropped completely, especially in second and first-person forms. Now, listen to these words.
قال قالوا قلت قلتم قلت قلنا كان كانوا كنت كنتم كنت كنا.
These verbs alone appear in about 4% of the Quran. One quick reassurance. If you come across a word that looks very short after removing beginnings or endings, that is normal. Sometimes you may only see 2 letters, or even 1 letter, instead of 3. This usually means the root contains a weak letter, which has changed or disappeared. Do not worry about that. Just recognize the word as a complete unit and connect it directly to its meaning. As you have seen, the ending still tells you the person, even when letters change or disappear. This is normal in Arabic. Recognition comes with exposure. We will go through a few more ayats and reinforce recognition.
قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين وجعلنا الليل لباسا.
Let me pause for a moment and remind you why we are doing this course. This course is not about learning Arabic as a language. It is not about mastering grammar rules or exceptions. The goal here is mapping. Mapping Arabic words you hear or see directly to meaning, so that over time meaning comes to mind naturally during recitation and reading. That is why the process is simple. First, understand the meaning through translation, or tafsir. Then map the Arabic words to that meaning, and reinforce that connection through repeated listening and recitation. We intentionally do not cover everything. We do not focus on feminine forms, dual forms, or rare grammatical cases. Not because they are unimportant, but because they occur far less often and distract from the core goal of recognition. If you start noticing words that feel familiar, even before full understanding, that is a good sign. It means your internal map is forming. When that happens, use external resources for depth, tafsir for meaning, Arabic courses for structure, and tools like Corpus Quran for exploration. Think of this course as building recognition first. Understanding grows naturally on top of that. We will now go through the key slides again to help you internalize and recognize what we covered in this lesson. Click pause now if you need time. You are now recognizing 38 words. Together, they cover about 39% of Quranic words. This progress comes from repeated exposure, not memorization. In this lesson, you also learned the key endings of the past tense, showing who did the action. You are beginning to see how meaning appears through form, naturally and gradually. We will continue building on this in the next lesson.